going, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. I almost said something else, but I didn't say it, so I'm glad I didn't do it. Tonight, American Idol broadcast from the Academy in LA, and it is the top 24, but only half of them will sing a solo tonight. And tomorrow night, the same 12 will sing an all-star duet with a celebrity, and 5 will be going home right afterwards. Then next week the same will happen with the rest of the top 24, the other 12. Tonight, radio personality Bobby Bones is the guest mentor for both weeks, and Ryan was sporting some scruff this week, and you can almost see up Katie's dress as we started out. I was like, what is going on here? But she started crossing it after a while because I think somebody might have told her. So what else happened on the show? Well, let me tell you. We started out the performances with Dominique. He did Ain't Nobody by Rufus and Chaka, and this is a good upbeat tune to get the crowd amped and the night started on a high note. His voice sounded great in the mix, though I wanted more oomph from him out. I needed him to push a little bit because the music was so loud. It wasn't really popping on the verses, but the falsetto high note was money. I liked his energy, but the band was battling with him for volume. Katie said wow and told him he had arrived. Lionel told him that he's the star attraction and told him that he's blossoming. Luke said he showed them a different approach and called it awesome. And tomorrow night he is singing with Aloe Blacc. Then Layla Spring did A Broken Wing by Martina Mcbride, and she really lights up when she's up there on stage and has such a great attack to everything that she does. In places she pushed a little, but it brought out some grit, and she definitely showed off the big voice. Lionel praised her for taking and implementing their advice. Katie told her that she's grown leaps and bounds. Luke called her infectious and mature beyond her years, and tomorrow night she sings with Sugarland. Then one of my favorites, Katie Turner did Call Me by Blondie, and she makes me smile every time I see her on the stage, on the television, anywhere. I'm like, oh my God. It just looks like she's having the time of her life, and she has such a sexy vibe that's also playful. All the judges were on their feet while she was performing, and this vocal had layers of love. And then she threw that mic stand on the last note. Oh my God. She is so funny, but she's also got this gorgeous little simmering sexual vibe going on. Luke said he couldn't quit watching her. Katie called it a cool song choice and incredible presentation. Lionel told her that she's made them believers in her style, and tomorrow she performs with Andy Grammer. Then it was Lorenzo. He did Rude by Magic, and he has such a great tone anytime he starts to sing. But I was worried that this song might not have any wow moments because just the way the song goes, it doesn't have a lot of, anything going on. But he had the crowd and the judges swaying, and he was very engaging. I liked the little R&B change up he did, and his ending was different. But was it enough? Katie called it beautiful, but said it didn't show off how well he can sing. Lionel told him that there are things that bug him and gave him some tips about like using the mic stand and coming away from it and about song selection. Luke loved his stage presence and the way he moves and called him a natural star. And tomorrow he performs with Alan Stone. And if you're enjoying the commentary so far, please remember to thumb it up and let me know that you are here. Also, let me know down in the comments who were your favorites tonight and who are you looking forward to for the duets and for next week's performances. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you for your thumbs. Michelle Suzette was up next. She did If I Were a Real Boy by Beyonce. I gotta stop singing. She started relaxing on a high stool, but had so much energy and fierceness just sitting there. I liked the Latin slant to the music, but she was really rocky on those high notes. Something was going on. I don't know what happened. This was a good idea, but I think it felt just a little disjointed at points, a little jerky. Still kind of fun, and when she went into Spanish, it was very good. I was on the fence about this one. Lionel told her to continue her climb. Katie loved the bilingual aspect and told her that's her ace. Luke told her she has a unique tone, and tomorrow she is singing with Louis Fonsi. Then there was Michael J. Woodard. He did Golden Slumbers by the Beatles, and this boy has something that's so strange and special. Like Katie, he's so quirky and fun when he's talking and stuff, but then he gets up on stage and has this smoldering sensuality. It's like he's channeling like one of the greats. I didn't understand a lot of the lyrics, but I felt this emotion coming off of him. Luke noticed that he's loving the ride. Katie called him chosen and encouraged him, saying he's meant to be here. Lionel told him that he's spectacular with quality, mentioning all the people inside of him, and he's performing with Pat Monahan from Train tomorrow night. Next up, it was Trumpet McBain. He did Way We Go Down. And he started this with some nice full low notes. They were pretty impressive. And he had some good grit going, though his pitch was suffering in places. I don't know if it was the emotion overtaking him or if he was just pushing too much, but it was going flat and his pitch was wavering in a lot of places. He was very intense and invested, but I wasn't digging the sound, not his best. Katie called him a thunderbolt in a bottle and told him to think about blowing for duets. Lionel told him he's missing a golden opportunity but called it tremendous. Luke said he believes in him, but he needs to turn the horses loose, and tomorrow night he performs with Bishop Briggs. Johnny Bryan then did Georgia by Vance Joy, and I really like his look and his pure, clean sound. It's interesting how he tries to get out those riffs, but his voice sounds so much better when he just lets it flow naturally. The crowd went crazy when he was singing to the ladies, and his falsetto moments were very tender. He's definitely a heartthrob, becoming more and more of a heartthrob as we go along. Lionel was sensing the sexy coming out and told him that he's blooming, and told him he needs to get comfortable in his own skin. Katie said his song choice was perfect. Luke told him that he's a big star and he just doesn't know it. Luke also told him that he has a smooth voice that nobody is expecting. And tomorrow he performs with Andy Grammer. Up next was KK. She did Love on the Brain by Rihanna, and the first few notes of this were really bitten into and stylized, but I liked when she opened up to do the bigger notes. Such a stellar voice, beautiful low tones, such clear high notes. I like the little remix in the middle. She did something, she was like, look, I was like, okay, go ahead on, girl, let's sing. And she knew it too, because she got a little smile right after that. After that, it got just a tad sloppy before she brought it in for a nice tight ending. The judges all stood for her. Luke said she was born as a star. Katie said tonight the full package finally arrived. Lionel told her that she has poise, and tomorrow she also performs with Pat Monahan from Train. Then we had Brandon Diaz. He did Hello by Lionel Richie. Why you want to do that, brother? Why you want to do that? This was an interesting song choice at this point in the competition, and Lionel seemed impressed as he started. I liked his sound on the melody, and his melisma was tasteful and not overdone. It seemed to me, though, that he had a good grasp on the notes, but at times I didn't feel like he was singing this to anyone, that he was getting the emotion in there until like the ending where he got the big note out and then he brought it down. He had a really nice emotion going there, very honest. Katie told him there was some turbulence, but he landed it well. Lionel was nervous for him while he was singing and told him he owned it at the end. Luke said it wasn't a flawless vocal performance. Ryan forgot to tell us who Brandon is singing with tomorrow, so you can let me know that down in the comments if you see this. Next up, it was Gabby Barrett. She did My Church by Maren Morris, and this started out a little cutesy for my taste, very small and cutesy, but her stage presence was engaging, and her voice opened up as she progressed through the song. She even found a second to get the crowd clapping and pump out some big sustained rock-like notes. Very impressive. I was like, go ahead on. And then at the end, she did a big hair flip. I was like, this girl just killed this performance. Lionel told her she has an amazing attitude but wanted more personality halfway through, so he wanted more earlier. Katie called it super cool. Luke told her she had the shine and sparkle and also the ability to give us the big notes. And she performs with Sugarland tomorrow night. And what I want to know, if you are watching this right now, tell me, did you like the way the song progressed, or did you want more of an up, down, up, down? I was not crazy about it when it started out, but it grew and grew and grew and grew, and I was blown away by the ending. And I saw, like, afterwards, you know, 2020, I saw that she really built this up to that level, and that I enjoyed that. Afterwards, I looked back on it. Like, while I was typing, I was like, oh, I didn't like this. Oh, it got better. It was getting better, getting better, getting better. And then I looked back on it, and I'm like, yeah, that was built very well. I really enjoyed that arc. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. And in the pimp spot, there was Cade Ferner. He did All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. And his voice just comes in with that grunge and my ear perks up. He sounds older than his age at times and has great moves behind the mic stand. I like his style and his vocal choices with all the screams and the gurgles and all the little stuff was going on. I'm like, what's that? He thought, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. He has his own style for sure, and it's not, it just feels very authentic to me. He's not like trying to be an old school rocker. He's really bringing rock into like this, the present day, and I really, really enjoyed that. Katie was flirting with him and told him he's a star. Lionel told him it's the attitude and personality and the sexy that he's bringing, and Luke just said, good job. And tomorrow night, he performs with Bishop Briggs. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of the night's performances. There's so many good people. Who do you think were the best three tonight? Also, make sure to tell me you stuck around if you made it this far. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you for your thumbs, and I thank you for spreading around the video. Please make sure, let me know that you're spreading it around. Thank you very much. Once again, this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I am out.